I was worried about these rookie running backs, but honestly, after doing the research for this video, I'm now terrified. Like, this is not good if we are going to look at the historical data. Despite them being pretty impressive talents year one in the NFL, we're going to talk about a few names here, including Damien Pierce, that I think that we should possibly be looking to sell before it's too late. But before we get into it, make sure you go down there, drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you play Dynasty Fantasy Football, and of course, if you have any questions, feel free to go down there, drop them in the comment section, and in that comment section, you can find a link to Underdog Fantasy, where you can check out all these cool player props every week. When you sign up for Underdog and use promo code FLOCK, they're going to match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. And on top of that, you are going to be able to get in drafts with us on the live stream. But I think that should be about it. And let's go through and let's first recap the running back that Isaiah Pacheco was. Okay, let's look at Isaiah Pacheco here, who, I mean, has had a very impressive season so far for the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, Clyde Edwards-Helaire starts out as the starting running back for the Chiefs and does fine through the first few weeks, but you're getting rumblings that, hell, Isaiah Pacheco's the more efficient running back. Isaiah Pacheco is learning the offense, taking over as that starting RB. And it officially happens. Clyde Edwards-Helaire goes on the IR. And at the time of this recording, coming out of the Houston Texans game, Isaiah Pacheco's been on a roll. Isaiah Pacheco's been the full-blown starter. He's had 16, 15, 22, 14, 13, 15 carries. The man's averaging 4.9 yards per carry. He's had almost 700 rushing yards this season. He's going to end his rookie year potentially with 1,000 total yards. Like, this is phenomenal, especially for a running back that was drafted with the 30th pick in the 7th round. Essentially at the very end of the NFL draft. He was a great athlete. He ran a 4.37. I mean, hell, he has the size to be a 3-down player. He has a BMI of 31, weighs 216 pounds. These are a lot of boxes he is checking. But we have a few red flags with Isaiah Pacheco. You're looking at the fact that the man never really caught the ball. I mean, he didn't catch the ball at Rutgers. He hasn't caught the ball at the NFL level either. The man has 80 receiving yards so far his rookie season, combined with 10 receptions. So for a full PPR format, looks like he's never really going to get involved here as that passing down RB. And if we go into the team investment, what I am truly worried about is the fact they're going to replace him in the offseason. We'll get to this at the end of the video. Let me recap what we had with Damien Pierce. With Damien Pierce, if you took him in the 3rd round of your Dynasty rookie draft, if you took him at the end of the 2nd round, oh my gosh. Bravo, phenomenal pick. Arguably, if you took Damien Pierce in the 3rd round, the best pick of rookie drafts in 2022. And I have to give you all the credit in the world because I didn't love Damien Pierce as a running back prospect. I was saying, you know what? In the 2nd round, give me a wide receiver. Instead, let me go out there and let me draft Wan'Dale Robinson. I was more comfortable with this long-term rookie profile, and I was wrong. With Damien Pierce, the reason I wasn't a massive fan is, well, yeah, he had the size to be a 3-down running back, BMI of 32, 224 pounds, wasn't a great athlete. I mean, he ran a 4.59. He also was a day 3 NFL draft pick, so he falls to day 3, doesn't have the team investment. And my issue with those day 3 picks, and we've proven this with a 100-page Dynasty research book, a 100-page Dynasty rookie draft guide. I mean, we've done so many historical analysis of how NFL draft capital, how team investment impacts fantasy production through the course of a running back's career. And the main issue is those day 3 running backs don't have a job for very long. Yes, I know this sounds dumb because they came out here and they dominated their rookie seasons. They were very good, but let's go through and let's look at the numbers. And I have recent examples for you that we've talked about numerous times on this channel, but I really want to look into this because since the year 2000, if we head over to RotoViz, we will see that running backs drafted at or after pick 100 total 504. This is according to RotoViz. 504 running backs since the year 2000 drafted at pick 100 or beyond. How many of these running backs played 10 games their rookie season? Because, of course, the majority of these running backs are never going to be anything at the NFL level. The majority of these RBs are 7th-round draft picks, 6th-round draft picks that are going to go to NFL training camp. The coaching staff's going to look at them, go, hey, man, I'm sorry, you're a great guy, but you're not making the team. You don't have a future in the NFL. But if we're looking at those guys that actually played 10 games, you had 133 day 3 running backs since the year 2000. So over the past 22 or so years that played 10 or more games their rookie year. Now, of course, we want to filter down to the running backs that were actually able to produce, because both Isaiah Pacheco and Damien Pierce produced their rookie seasons. They were good running backs. So out of these 133 running backs, 22 of them averaged 9.5 half PPR points per game their rookie season. So 22. That's incredible. I mean, these running backs already overcame the odds. I mean, they've already been those guys. That's 5% of that group. Like, let me go through. Let me get this little calculator out. 22 divided by 504. 4.3%. Phenomenal. I'm happy for you. You crushed it. But what happens after you crush it as a rookie? Because that's the position we're in now with Damien Pierce. That's the position we're in now with Isaiah Pacheco. How many of these running backs improve after their rookie season? Out of these 22 RBs, how many of them improved? 4. According to Rotoviz, at this data that we're looking at, 4 of these running backs increased their points per game from year 1 to year 2. Andre Ellington in 2013, Dominic Davis in 2003, Ramondre Stevenson 2021 to 2022, and Ontario Smith in 2003. 4 since the year 2000. Oh my gosh. And it's not like we have no notable decreases. It's not like, we haven't seen this before. If we go through, Alfred Morris, that's a pretty prominent name we can look at taking that massive step back. Zach Stacy, 2013. The very recent examples include Elijah Mitchell, 2021 to 2022, where he averages 100 total yards per game his rookie season. And then what happens year 2? James Robinson, 2020. He's a top 5 running back in fantasy. They take Travis Etienne in the first round the next year. Then the year after, he's cut from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Michael Carter, 2021. What happens? I don't know. He has a good rookie season. Then they take Breece Hall in the second round the next year. And then he's playing behind Bam Knight. I'm not saying that, because they were drafted on day 3, that means Isaiah Pacheco and Damien Pierce aren't talented running backs. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is NFL teams, coaching staffs, organizations, they don't pay the respect to these running backs if they don't have the team investment into them. If they don't have the contract, if they don't have the draft capital, if they are not getting paid to be the starter, they are not guaranteed to be that starter. I've just pulled data since 2000. I hope this has been convincing. I know you're going to say, Mason, how are they going to replace him? I got that answer for you here, ladies and gentlemen. If we look at the Houston Texans, based on the Cleveland trade, this year, they get 2 first-round picks. They have their second-round pick. They have 2 third-round picks, a 4th, a 5th, 4 sixth-round picks. So the Houston Texans are flooded with picks. The Kansas City Chiefs, once a blue moon, have all their draft picks, and that's going to be in this year's NFL draft. They have them all. And I know you're going to say, well, Mason, come on. The Chiefs just took Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first round in 2020. That's not going to happen, is it? It doesn't need to happen. Hell, if they go out there and they draft a running back in the third, that third-round running back can easily take that job from Isaiah Pacheco based on what we've historically seen. But maybe you're not convinced that these teams are going to go out there and draft a running back in the NFL draft. Maybe they have too many holes, yada, yada, yada. Well, what happens if we combine the best free agent running back class that we have seen in a very long time with these factors? You got Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, even if we're assuming they're both franchise tagged, right? I would assume that both of them stay in New York and Las Vegas. They get hit with the franchise tag if they can't work out a long-term deal. Tony Pollard, David Montgomery, Miles Sanders, Kareem Hunt. You may even see some of these secondary complementary running backs going over to one of these teams, turning it into a running back by committee where you can't really be excited about them in fantasy. Damian Harris, Jamal Williams, Devin Singletary, Alexander Madison. It's a laundry list of free agent running backs Now, if we're looking at what we should be doing right now, I can't tell you, okay, Damien Pierce is a bomb. Go sell Damien Pierce for a second round pick. I'm not going to tell you that. I think, Damien Pierce may be an outlier here. Damien Pierce has been an outlier up till this point. Now, historically speaking, the data says he has a high probability of the Houston Texans going through and moving on from him, but it's not guaranteed. I just want to make sure that you don't go out there and overdraft Damien Pierce in a dynasty startup draft right now. You don't go out there and overdraft Isaiah Pacheco in a dynasty startup draft right now. Because in my opinion, it's going to be very difficult for their dynasty price to increase this offseason. I think if you wanted to go ahead and trade for Damien Pierce, trade for Isaiah Pacheco, while yes, I promise you, you will pay a slight premium if you wait until this summer. If you wait until after NFL free agency, if you wait until after the NFL draft, I mean, your league mates are going to understand. Your league mates are smart guys. I mean, they know, okay, well, now Damien Pierce has that guaranteed job. I think I would personally rather pay the 10%, 15%, 20% premium, whatever it may be, after we have the certainty with that player having the job after the NFL draft, rather than trading for them now, rolling the dice where nothing can really happen to shoot their dynasty value up, where if we get a James Robinson, Travis Etienne situation, we get an Elijah Mitchell, Tyrion Davis-Price / Christian McCaffrey situation. If we get a Michael Carter, Breece Hall situation, that player can find their value plummeting in a blink of the eye. So please don't panic sell them right now unless you have a price point that you like. If you can sell Damien Pierce for the 110 in a super flex league, you go ahead and do that. But at the same time, don't go buy them unless you're getting a significant discount. But I think that's all we got for this video. Please, if you enjoyed it, go down there, drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you play Dynasty Fantasy Football. If you have any questions, go down there, ask them in the comment section. If you want to check out any of these player props, you can always find them on Underdog. Link in the description, link in the comment section. Promo code FLOCK for a 100% deposit match. I think that should be it. I hope you have a great day. I hope we get to see you in the video tomorrow.